Okay. Hey everybody. I'm gonna do a update to catch everybody up on the current state of Darknet and just kind of go over what to expect by the end of the month. Sometime near the end of the month is when I've been planning to run regular events starting on Friday nights, 2-hour events that start like around 9 p.m. Central Standard to like 11 p.m. Central Standard. Right. So that's been the idea is I'm gonna once I begin the pattern of like running events in Darknet again and everything like that, then it'll be like a regular thing, just kind of meant to kind of gain momentum and everything like that. So what does that mean? Well, the first Darknet event was in a pretty bad state. We didn't have a server. We didn't have well, the server kind of didn't work out because of technical stuff that I don't really need to go into right now. But that stuff should all be resolved now. I have other things to show as well. So we have these panels right here that need to be replaced as actual like things that are attached to every player will have their own version of these things. One of the first things that I tasked myself with doing was building a chat bubble that allows mutes to communicate while in game. Hello world. Hello world. Okay, and then I do that. Okay, and you see that, and other players will see that message above your head if it's attached to the player. So there's some technical stuff when it comes to a lot of these things, though. Like I want to be able to have a personal mirror and have the personal mirror actually like or work correctly as you would expect. Um, but it's not attached to the player either. But it really simple stuff like that is not super hard to do, right? Like personal mirrors are not even networked over the net. There's nothing over the network or anything like that. It's completely local. Um, but there's a lot of stuff that I want to kind of just sort of copy from VRChat and just get it working into the basis ecosystem and everything like that. So the world pretty much is not really going to change a whole lot other than me fixing the population thing here and just making sure that everything in general is functioning as it should. Um, yeah, I'm thinking late late January we're going to roll out the first event and I'm going to be hyping it ahead of time and everything like that. From what I've been told, Dooley has actually got us up to a point now where we could potentially have like 200 player lobbies and be very stable. I have to see that to believe it. But the stress test was crashing at 127 people consistently, and I think that's actually kind of a sus number because 128 is well that's a that's probably like an array out of range or whatever the hell that was, but I can guarantee you that it probably wasn't anything. It might not have been related to like how much server load there was or whatever, right? At least that's according to what I saw with what Dooley was explaining regarding all of that. Now, the personal camera is in desktop, functions pretty much as you would expect. Um, you see how like there's a floating lens off to the side there, and then it says the name of the person who owns the camera, so you can see if somebody's got the camera out. You could do a delayed photo. You could do an instant photo. You could switch modes, so you can go from photo to stream mode, which won't work in desktop because if you turn it on in desktop, then it just takes over your entire screen viewport. But in VR, it should work fine. Anchor mode is free space is like it just attached to the player and everything like that. Um, Kind of interesting. Get a little bit of like a disconnect here from a mirror, a camera looking at a mirror. But Yep. The pictures that are taken actually will show up in. They show up. In the Windows folder thing here, and we got like. So this is the picture I just took, and that's that. Now I got a lot of settings that I still want to do. I have also taken a lot of feedback as well. So like in the general settings here, you'll be able to switch the resolution, the gamma. There's going to be a gamma setting for the pictures, um, and various other things. I think settings here will be kind of like just like a general thing. We might see additional like anchor mode for when you're in VR. Wanting to turn on uh, the the free flying camera so that you can just kind of control it that way and stuff like that. I think that that's all. I don't know, not that hard to get set up. The problem is that I just need to get pickups working, and I just need to have like a pretty decent state for. I just need to have things in a pretty decent state for me to be able to like just hook it all up correctly. Implementing the camera itself is really not the hard part. Um, it's more or less just like everything kind of being able to coalesce together in the final product. It's really not that bad though. Like we've made hella progress with the project in a pretty short amount of time, and I think that there's no signs of it slowing down. In fact, I think that we're probably likely that things are only going to continue accelerating. We have people working on full body IK and everything like that. It's very possible that by the end of the month, the camera system, personal mirror, and chat bubble for above your head may already be all functional, everything all functional right out of the gate, right? And to me, that'd be really fucking wild, especially if full body IK changes and updates and stuff like that are also done. So I just kind of wanted to go over and just show off what things are currently looking like at the moment, what the plans are for Darknet as far as actually running a regular Friday night event, and further hyping things up. Now, last but not least, the most important detail is when am I going to get the server back up? Well, the server is actually up now, and it is functional. So we should be in a pretty good spot uh, as far as that's concerned. Let's see. Let me go here. And if I click this, if I'm in the editor, I should be able to jump in on jump into the lobby, give myself a slightly different name to, and then click here. All right. I'm not sure why the chat bubble does that. It's probably pretty easy to fix. Now, keep in mind all of this is open source. All the functionality you just saw everything is all functional for open source. Oh my god, my ability to talk. But there you see, there's Castle 2, and then there's Castle 1. Um, Let me mute myself in the other game. Okay. Now, um, oh, I can still hear myself. Okay. So, with that said, things aren't too bad. I was kind of wondering why, like, uh, why is this version of me like pale white almost, while the other one was pitch black? I'm not sure. Huh, okay, well, it's a little bit better. Anyway, let's see. La 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 la. Uh, yeah, there's not a whole lot else to really talk about on that front. I have the server working. I just got it up. Um, and it's just going to be a matter of doing a lot of things for work and everything like that. Now, keep in mind that there's going to be very big updates and very big events going on in VR chat this month. Near the end of the month, it'll be a pretty considerable amount uh, of activity. So we'll have to see like what it is exactly, like how much more I'm gonna do with the Darknet. I think that in a way it's like I'm kind of torn between waiting longer or just, I don't know, getting it out there and just doing like a 2 hour event on Friday night consistently every single time. I think that the sooner that we start the pattern of doing that, the better, and then we'll be able to kind of break people in on the whole entire idea, get more keys out, maybe a little bit of hype, and maybe we could fill a lobby with more than 80 people. Um, the server should be good enough for, I believe, 120 is what I was told. 120 people, and that's really cool as the server is being maintained for very low price, which honestly I'm totally fine with paying a decent amount for a monthly subscription to a server that can hold 200 players. I'd be pretty satisfied with that. No, they're saying that Dooley was saying that 300 players seemed stable. I don't know if 300 players is actually an ideal. I think I'm gonna go out on a limb, and I think that if you get 200 players, that's plenty. And, you might want to start multi-lobbying at that point, right? Like, to me personally, even just 100 players is pretty satisfactory. Having 200 players like just be like a normal thing. That's not even enough people to fit on this list. You see all these empties? This is only 100 players. So I'd have to double that. Do you see how like this could be a UX nightmare? Um, well, either way, everything has been really good in terms of like just the general just the general like momentum of the project, because there's something interesting about the way this project is flowing versus anything that I've seen so far in the past. Um, Single developer working on a platform, they'll probably take 6 to 8 months to even look at a feature request. Sometimes it takes them 2 years to do it. Like, it's been pretty bad, and progress on this front has been it's been pretty bad. It's been over the years, for almost like the last 7 years, I'd say that social VR has been held back a lot by the developers. So once you have open source, it's pretty amazing. Now, the point of the darknet versus the point of the darknet and everything like that won't really show its true colors until we have something that is stable and we're able to just continually run events at it. We're not going to start throwing NSFW events until we have proper login credentials and things of that nature. As it stands right now, everybody who has a key and who has access to the Darknet application on Steam, there's not a whole lot of like security, right? And our ability to prevent people from just like doing whatever. So I'm, we're gonna have to. It's gonna be somewhere in the middle. Like at any point in time, it'd be pretty easy to fuck with it. But I think we should be on the most part. We should be pretty good for uh, just doing basic style events, and it would be really amazing to see something pull off to 100 plus people in a with a live DJ and us all hanging out. There were other issues as well that were really bad. Um, I guess it's also needless to say there are things that happened a pretty decent amount of time. We didn't have audio link, but there was a really bad problem with this world when we were running the very first event, the audio link sound source was blaring at full volume at all times, but only happened in a build and test. So it would only happen in specific circumstances where the music would just be always blasting on at full volume no matter what. Yeah, so either way, I think we're in a pretty good spot right now with all of this, and you'll start to see me hyping up pretty soon the first Darknet of 2025, and well, hopefully things will go smoothly, and we'll have a good time, and this will be the very beginnings of it. So there you are. That should be a good update for everybody who's interested in what the current state of things are at the moment. And I'm gonna go grab the camera real quick. These things will only work for one player at a time in their current state. So like, oh God, why is it being? Oh, because the frame rate's lower in the editor. Um, yeah, it needs to use like a parent constraint instead of like trying to. All right, let's see what that looks like. There it is. Two of me. All right, so with that said, it blends right in with the VR chat pictures. It's like, all right. So, that's that. I think I'm gonna go ahead and I'll end the video here. All right, let's go.